Boniface and Conservative commentator Darren Grimes. And we're going to turn to the front page of the Daily Telegraph next, because their main story focuses on an expected cabinet reshuffle, and Andrea Leadsom has put the focus on women.
Well, there's been gossip going around that the women in Johnson's cabinet may be the ones who are most likely to get the axe. It says in some of these articles here, as one of the Times as well, talking about that this is gossip started by the men who want those women's jobs. And Andrea Leadsom has written an article about a story it's actually in the FT today as well, about a third of women in boards of FTSE 100 company. Sorry, a third of directors on FTSE 100 companies are now women. And she's saying basically, if you don't have absolute equality as the norm, then you lose a diverse range of voices at the table and so she's basically putting a shot across his bow saying, don't you dare sack me. Now, the problem with saying you must have 50-50 equality everywhere is if you have enough people to choose from in the first place that produce good quality candidates so you can elevate the best ones. And I don't know quite what the figures are for ladies within the Conservative Party, but it's not half and half.
Certainly the cabinet of this article says that currently 8 out of 31 positions are women at the moment.
Yeah, and it's possible, they're talking here, that if he may lose some women from the cabinet, but he'll take the sting out of the tail by elevating some elsewhere as junior ministers within the government, which of course just means removing women from positions of decision-making.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Lucy Fraser QC becoming the new Attorney General, replacing
This is in the
Geoffrey
Times
Cox.
article, isn't it? This is page...
Sorry, yes, I've jumped.
That's all right, no, do jump ahead. There we go.
It also suggests Penny Mordaunt could be making a return as well. She was International Development Secretary and then Defence Secretary.
As well. No.
Look, a record 220 female MPs now. Well, that's 34% of them in Parliament. We've got the first Indian origin Home Secretary who's a woman. I do worry that we start to get into the realm of being a bit identitarian. Now, of course, we have to approach this with a certain amount of cynicism, I think, because Andrea quite clearly wants to keep her job. But I do worry that in saying, well, actually, you should only let me keep my job because we need more women around the cabinet table. Yes, we do need more women, but women are talented, women are fantastic. I'm surrounded by 2 of them right now.
We're wearing the right jumpers.
Well, exactly. I'm not sure that you need sort of quotas or an idea that you need diversity within the cabinet itself. Women are talented enough to get there.
The benefit of positive discrimination is to say you make it more normal for someone of that colour or that race or that gender to be at whatever table you're talking at. This one, say. But positive discrimination also means that because you have to have someone that ticks a box, you might be elevating people who are rubbish because you're trying to tick a box. And that ultimately, if you are of that category of person, whatever it is, you are dumbed down by the fact the person representing you at the top table is a moron.
And that's what worries me. I mean, because all these all-female shortlists, etc., they send up absolutely the wrong message to women. Women are fantastic and talented and clever, and often, many times more so than me. Susie is obviously that's the case. So women can get there without these ideas of needing quotas, etc. I don't like them.
Okay. It's a huge area and one that's discussed about boardrooms at FTSE companies as well, isn't it? So anyway, let's move on to the front page of the Daily Mail. And actually the story is carried on page 3. This is their main story on the front page. Harry and Meghan, is this their first public engagement as far as we're aware?
Since the conscious uncoupling, and it appears Buckingham Palace didn't know anything about it, because when the reporters have found out about it and spoken to the palace, they've done what? And, not really able to make much of a comment about it. So what's happened is it appears that Harry and Meghan have appeared. This is an article in a New York paper. They've appeared at a JP Morgan event, the world's largest bank. They appear to have flown on a private jet owned by the company which took off from Vancouver, which is their nearest airport now, and landed at the nearest airport to the event. And at that event, Prince Harry spoke for a while about how he'd been in therapy for the past 3 years because of his mother's death. We don't know if they were paid or how much they were paid, but this is the brave new world of Megxit. This is what it's going to involve. And there's kind of speculation.
I'm going to move us on. We may come back to this at 11:30, of course, but the next story, we've only got about 20 seconds. The next story I thought we had to get to because I think people were very interested. It's the important story that a cup of tea helps shed the pounds, according to this.
There are many benefits of tea. We could go on all day about them, but apparently it's beneficial for reducing your waistline as well now. Tea drinkers have less fat around their tummies, apparently. A study of 5,681 people has found. Now, forget the gym, I think, is a bit of a stretch. You know, if we could all just have...
How does it work if you have a custard cream with it, though?
Exactly, that's the problem. Or the full pack in my case.
Okay, interesting stuff nonetheless. 5,681 people in that survey. Anyway, you two will be back at 11:30. For the moment, though, thank you.